G5 jet. I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
Welcome back, eSIM Studios YouTube channel. We are live. It is April the 30th, 2026. Man, this month has gone by quick. Today is the FCC vote on banning Chinese electronics. But before we get into that and the new S27 Ultra design leaked, I told y'all for months, Samsung was thinking about changing the design of this phone, and we got our very first look at it. I want to know your opinion, but first, tell me, is my audio okay? Does it sound all right? Last live stream, I got a couple of comments saying they could not hear me that good. Let me test it out real quick on my own. Now, let me say hi to everybody real quick while we're checking this. What's up, brother? Hey, can you hear me all right? I went on the back end of StreamYard and turned up my audio, so let me see if this helps. I think it's good. I turned off auto volume and put it on manual volume and turned it up. It was on 100, but I put it on like 130. I didn't want to jack it up to like 200 because I thought that would be like overkill, but I think it sounds good. Cool. Let's see here. Oh, sweet. Awesome. Good news, brother. Good news. I just did those. I didn't even, well, I used them for a day or two and then did the review and threw them in the closet. So you got, those are basically brand new. Anyways, let's talk. There's going to be, I know we're going to get a lot of reaction about this, but before we jump into my news, let's see. I checked earlier today to see if the FCC, what the vote was. Let's find out real quick to see if we can find what the FCC voted, because it's 6:45 p.m. in Washington. They should have voted already. I'm assuming they're going to make the results live. Like, I don't know how they do it. Is it a live vote? Do we get the results in a week? I don't know how they do it. Let's see here. Let's share my screen before we jump into the news. And let's just type in FC. Oh, shit. Let's type in. Yeah, that's on the list. Give me a few minutes. We're going to run down the list. I got OnePlus. I got Samsung. I got Motorola. We got a bunch of stuff that we're going to roll into. Let's see. FCC. I don't know what to search for, so I'm just hitting keywords. What do you know? U.S. telecom agencies votes to expand tech crackdown on China. Y'all seen that? Now, U.S. telecoms, from the looks of it, I'm going to click on this link, on a couple of links. Let's read the story together, because this is news to me. This is not good. What if you have a Chinese phone like an OPPO? What if you have a OnePlus? And what did I say? What did I say we need to look out for? The FCC might demand the telecoms not send service to any IMEIs that have been manufactured and/or are China-based. Let's look into it real quick, because this is not good. So, the FCC Telecom Agency votes to expand China crackdown. So, the Federal Communications Commission on Thursday voted unanimously, to advance a proposal to bar all Chinese labs from testing electronics devices such as smartphones, cameras, computers for use in the United States. The agency says about 75% of all U.S. electronics. Okay, yeah, I get that. We knew that. But what's up with these telecoms? In a separate vote, 3-0, the commission advanced a proposal to bar China Mobile, China Telecom, and China Unicom from operating data centers in the U.S. and could ban telecom carriers from interconnecting with companies on its national security covered list. What the hell does that mean? The FCC said it was considering barring interconnection with companies that own data centers or points of presence at U.S. internet exchange points, extending restrictions to some affiliates of listed firms and prohibiting interconnection with carriers using equipment from suppliers in the national security list, including Huawei and ZTE. Let's see. FCC. Okay. It's to secure our networks from these bad actors. They're going to clamp down and ban imports of equipment from Chinese manufacturers. Oh my God. Let's see here. Banning the import of all new Chinese drones, Chinese consumer routers. Oh God. Well, I knew this was going to go through. I just didn't know the results. So I guess it's official, and I'm assuming it starts tomorrow. I don't know, but it passed, and it with a unanimous vote. And look, I'm gonna be paying attention to this. So if you don't want to, I will certainly keep an eye on this. If they choose to take it one step farther and ban phones from even getting carrier services like from T-Mobile, Verizon, or AT&T, I mean, I guess it's a slim chance it could happen, but it could happen. You see what's going on with around the world, but I'm going to keep an eye on this because that would render a lot of devices useless. I don't think they're going to do it, but there's always a chance they could. So subscribe to the channel, make sure the notifications are on, and I will definitely put out a video, a live stream, a community post in regards to this if they choose to ban communications from the carriers to all Chinese phones. That would suck. Oh my God. All right, well, we got that out of the way. So how is everybody doing today? Y'all doing all right? Hi, Als. What do you think about the OnePlus and Realme merger? We will get to that. I almost passed out when I saw those leaks this morning. I hate it. Man, for the buy now, for the buy this, not that, you'll also be able to do non-US phones like Huawei, Vivo. Sure, I'll do anything. As long as it's a phone. I mean, I guess I could do tablets. Maybe we could go into computers, but I just want to focus on phones right now. I don't care what it is. If you have suggestions, let me know. I don't have obviously a lot of experience with. Well, I've never owned an OPPO phone, a Realme phone. I've had one Xiaomi, but that was years ago. But sure, that's fine. I mean, I could look into that and do that stuff. It will be over a period of time, roughly 2 years, to allow time to take effect. Wow. I hope this ban only applies to upcoming phones because OnePlus just sold me a phone last December. Me too. I think it does. So I think we're safe. But right now, we just don't know a lot. So I think we're good, but you never know. You never freaking know. Okay. Let me jump into this. It's not gonna be a long one like yesterday, but I did want to get into this. Did y'all see the S27 Ultra? It's getting a lot of hate online, right? There's not a lot of people that like this new look. Now it's not set in stone, right? It is a leak, and it could change as we get closer. Next, I guess, what is it, leak next February? So we still got what, I don't know, 8-9 months to go. And typically phones and new models don't leak this soon. Typically it's like 3 to 4 months out from the launch of the device, we'll get a leak of what it will look like, right? Now, I've heard for the last 2 years that on this upcoming model, the S27 model, they were going to change the way the phone looks. That it's essentially run its course with this kind of design language. And it kind of has. I mean, I don't really know what much more they can do unless they want to. It looks like, even though we think it's a refresh from the S22 series to the S26 series, that's what, 22, 23, 24, 25. 20, that's 5 years of essentially these the same design language, meaning the kind of the way it looks now. They changed it up a little bit by making the corners more rounded or putting an island around those three sensors, like with this S26 Ultra. But I'm talking about basically, it's they've refreshed it as much as they can without just putting out a complete with the exact same looking device, kind of like what Apple's done. I'm not sure what much more they can do, but this was on their roadmap, and I saw the roadmap for Samsung a few years ago, and I specifically remember saying the S27 series was getting a new look, a rebrand, a redesign. And when this came out yesterday or last night, I thought, well, that matches up with exactly what I've been hearing. So I'm going to throw up a picture on the screen. Remember, it's not set in stone, but I want you, maybe you've seen it, but I want you to tell me what you think it looks like, or does it look pretty unique? Because that's a struggle that all these companies run into, is they want to look unique. They don't want to be called a copycat. But let's face it, sometimes they are, right? So let me pull this up. So what do you think about that? S27 Ultra. Now, from the very first look, what the freak is that? They essentially took that camera island. You know how that camera island is vertical? They essentially swung it up and made it horizontal. That's essentially what they did. And they just moved the flash and that TOF sensor, or that depth sensor, next to the flash that was down there on the I guess mid height. They just moved it over to that side of the bar, that camera island. So they essentially took that that vertical camera island and just moved it up. It kind of gives me Pixel vibes, and then it kind of gives me, wasn't there like what's the name of that Techco, or can't remember. There's a Chinese phone brand. Maybe it looks like a Vivo phone. It looks something familiar that I can't even really put a finger on. You think it's copying Pixel? Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that or not, but here's the good thing. At least it won't wobble. That's a enormous headache for a lot of people. It's very annoying. Even when you have a case on it, it wobbles. But here's another color I want y'all to look at. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like, I'm not wild about it, but I'm just like, whatever, you know? And I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's the reaction Samsung is looking for. I've seen a lot of people say they absolutely hate it online. Yeah, that it's either a copycat or it's just downright ugly. I don't think it's ugly. I think it's unique. Oh, excuse me, not that's the wrong word. Not unique, because I can see how people would say it does copy the Pixel. It kind of does. I'm just like, whatever, you know. At this point, I'm kind of down on Samsung. At this point, I'm really, really down on Pixel. But I don't know. The more now, I'm gonna wait, hold judgment until I see the full spec sheet to really see what they changed. Because at this point, I don't even see the point in buying a Samsung when you can go get an OPPO phone. The Find X9 Ultra is essentially top-notch everything. So I'm like, what's the point of spending the same amount of money and you're not even getting the best hardware? So I'm gonna wait, hold my judgment. But I may just go full OPPO. I don't know at this point. And we'll have to see how that band turns out. But do you notice something else different from the cameras? Now, the S26 Ultra, and dating back to the S22 or 21, or shit, maybe even the 20, I think 21, they've had 4 cameras back there. Well, guess what? Not only did we get a leak of what this looks like, but now we have a leak that says they're going to bump it down to 3 cameras. So they're going to get rid of an extra sensor. They're going to remove that 3x telephoto camera. I think it's that real small one on the back of here. I think that's the 3x telephoto. This one right here. This small one right there. I think that's the one that they're going to get rid of. The 3x telephoto right there. So they're going to remove that. But doesn't it look like they just took this camera bar right here and just moved it up just like that? It's pretty lazy design change, because that's all they did. It's not like they went from a device that looks like this to a device that looks like a Pixel 10 Pro XL, or the OPPO Find X9 Ultra with the circular, or the OnePlus 15. It's kind of lazy design change, to be honest with you. And I guess you can call it a design change, but I mean, that's why I'm kind of like, whatever. At this point, I'm like, again, I don't think that's the reaction Samsung was looking for. Let me show you this. So here's the proof. Here's the proof that Samsung Ice Universe, historic, probably the number one leaker when it comes to Samsung material. So he states early internal information regarding the S27 Ultra cameras. A new generation ultra-wide angle sensor, the Galaxy Z Fold 8, will debut a new generation front camera, a new generation main camera with variable aperture. Now, reducing the 3x zoom, it's 100% probable. Now, he says Samsung S27 Ultra's 3,000, he's joking here, 3,000-year-old telephoto sensor has finally changed. And then he says, it hasn't. And he says, it's gone. Early Samsung S27 Ultra. Okay, yes, the often mocked 3x telephoto, famous for being tiny and underwhelming, has finally changed. It didn't get stronger. It didn't get weaker. It's simply gone. So with that being said, that would line up with the leaks that came out yesterday, because it only shows 3 main sensors up top. Here's another photo. That's a good one. 3 main sensors up there, and then that little dot, that little black dot underneath the flash on the far right, that's just a time of flight, or just a sensor right there. It's not, not a camera sensor. It's like a laser sensor, field of depth sensor. So you get your 3 main cameras up there. Apparently they're still going to have, apparently they're supposed to have a all new 200 megapixel sensor, meaning so the first year, brand new year for a new 200 megapixel sensor. And then I think they're going with a 50 or a 48 ultra wide, and so I don't know, maybe something 48, 42 for the periscope. But we are supposed to see brand new sensors, supposed to be all 3 brand new. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't care that they removed I don't care that they removed 1 out of those 4 sensors. What do I care? All the other phones use 3 sensors. So, it was the percentage of you using that small little sensor that they removed is like 1% of your camera time. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. So, it's not a big deal. Apparently, it's going to have a variable aperture, just like the upcoming iPhone, the main sensor. So it should be a pretty good performer. We just don't know. Is it going to be the best? Is it going to be in the top 10? Is it going to be in the top 5? Or is it going to shoot up to number 1 like what OPPO did with the Find X9 Ultra last month? I don't know. I doubt it, but should be improved. What about the other specs? What about UFS storage? What about the new display? These are things that I'm starting to wonder. Are they going to make it top notch? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. With Samsung, you never know. Oh boy. Well, if you want information, if you want to be kept up to date, subscribe to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel. I'm going to be all over this to hammer out the final design, to hammer out the exact sensors they're going to put back there, the upgraded specs, And I take that back. It's going to have UFS 5.0 storage. We know that for sure as well. What the hell am I saying? Because it's going to get LPDDR6 RAM, brand new RAM, and brand new generation of RAM. And with that RAM comes UFS 5.0 storage. So that's good. So it looks like you have upgraded memory, upgraded camera sensors. We're going to have to wait on the display, right? And the charging seems pretty good. And they're supposed to put their version of their silicon carbon battery in this S27 Ultra this year. So it kind of looks like it's shaping up to be an all-rounder, a pretty good all-round phone. So, we'll just have to wait and see. So, but definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm going to make sure I keep everybody up to date with this. Yeah, I mean, it's the best phone to get. So, to me, I'm going to hold it way up here. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm in love. I mean, I haven't bought one yet. It's not like OnePlus. As soon as one's available, boom, I'm grabbing it. Although it's technically the same company, so maybe I am. But I'm definitely. I think I'm gonna get one. We shall see. I'm pretty good. I'm doing all right. Thank you. Yeah, it's not. I mean, oh man, you're gonna love that. Oh, yo, to be honest with you, and I do this. Yo, check this out. I don't know why I'm like this. So I get a phone, and I did this with last year with the OnePlus 13. I did it this year with the OnePlus 15, and I think I'm gonna do it again with the Motorola Signature. So I got the Signature, and I really really liked it. And it's one of those things that you don't know what you're missing until it's gone. Now that I know that, and it's kind of more clear, and it's my fault. So long story short, I sold it because I had to buy 3 S26 Ultras. I had to buy one for myself and 2 other people here. And they're not sending me these phones. So I'm like, I got to do what I got to do. I got to sell a couple phones to pay for these couple phones. So the Signature was one of them. And I was thinking I've been thinking, damn, that phone is so nice. It's so light. It's razor thin, silicon carbon battery. It's top of the. I mean, it's considered a top mid range, but it's pretty freaking good. Like it's essentially a flagship. Um, Anyways, I'm looking to get another one. So, and I did that last year with the OnePlus 13. I got rid of it, and I'm like, damn, I miss that phone so much. It's such a badass phone. Let me get one again. And then I did it again. I did it 3 times with the OnePlus 13. It tells you how good that phone is. Did it twice now with the OnePlus 15. And yes, long story short, Motorola, excuse me, not long story short, to answer your question, the Motorola Signature, the India version does have eSIM capable. If you purchase the non-Indian version, if you purchase the UK version, I believe it does not have eSIM, if my memory serves me right. But the India model does. And remember, the India model has a wider selection of 5G bands that you can use for whatever your carrier is. Yeah, so it's a phenomenal phone. My only gripe with it, and it's not even about the phone, is the cases. There's no case selection. I'm not the type that goes out and go whenever I leave the house or I'm running errands around town. I got to put a case on my phone. I could never leave. I would be stressed out and worried that I'm going to drop my phone and it's going to bust. But maybe there's a better selection now that it's been, a month or so, 6 weeks since I checked. There might be a case or two you could get for it, but there was just like literally one case for that phone when it first came out. And I'm like, it kind of sucks. But it's a great phone. You're going to love it. And yes, it does have eSIM. Thank you, you too. I really appreciate it. Let's roll into this. Let's do this. We got more news. We have more news. So what I want to do is show you what other Samsung news we got. I want to show you this. So let me pull this up on the screen. There is Samsung. If you're aware that what the freak is going on. So do you remember kind of putting these couple of stories together? Do you remember Google is merging Android and Chrome OS together to make a brand new operating system that is a seamless operating system, and it's Android based, where it's essentially Chrome and Android combined, where it's Android, but it's more optimized for laptop usage and desktop usage, and they're going to name it Aluminum OS. Well, we got word today that Samsung is going to be making a laptop with Aluminum OS on it. That's going to be the official software. However, they're going to put their One UI 9 skin on it. They're going to put their One UI spin on this Aluminum OS. How badass is that? It's essentially going to be your S26 Ultra operating system on a laptop and optimized for laptop, and it's going to have laptop specs. And I think what they're going to do, we don't know for sure, but I think what they're going to do is use the Snapdragon X2, Snapdragon X Elite, what the hell do they call it? Snapdragon Elite X2 is the second gen of their ARM chipset. And it's going to have One UI 9 on top of that. It's going to have an optimized version of DeX on it. This thing's going to be badass. I cannot wait. When I saw this, I got very excited because I've always wanted something like that. They just never put it together. And if it can literally do everything, because look, you can even run Microsoft. I don't do it a lot. I'm sure most people don't, but you can run Microsoft apps on Samsung DeX. You can do everything a laptop can do now, minus some of the gaming titles, some of the AAA titles. But who's going to be doing that on a laptop, really? This is going to be more of a workhorse machine. I'm very excited. I don't know when this is coming out. It's going to have all of the Galaxy AI features that your phone has on it. Again, not like we use those a lot, but from the looks of it, it's essentially going to be your phone and a laptop. Now, it's going to be a full phone, and then you'll have DeX available as well. So if anybody has used a tablet before, that may eliminate people with tablets, tablet operating system. It's similar to that, a Galaxy, where you can launch Samsung DeX on a tablet and have a desktop-like experience. They're just bringing that to a laptop environment, to a laptop machine. Keyboard, hopefully it's a 360. It'd have a nice, beautiful AMOLED display. Should get fantastic battery life. So I'm really excited. I don't know when this is coming out. Probably towards the end of the year. So keep an eye on that, and hopefully it won't be too expensive. Hopefully. Now, speaking of Motorola, this went right over my head. So this news leaked yesterday, and I didn't even see it. I was so consumed with Pixel news and information yesterday that the Razr Fold is going to be official in the United States. I wish they would make this signature official. Doesn't look like they are. Things could change. But the cool thing about this Razr Fold is it is the signature. It has all the same specs as the signature. Same silicon carbon battery. The same outer display is the display on the signature. The same camera sensors on the back are from the signature. The same selfie camera on this Razr Fold is from the Motorola signature. So it's essentially like a Motorola signature. And if you cut it down in half, like a loaf of bread, and you open it up like a book, you got a foldable. Now, the cool thing about this is that it has stylist support. So all of y'all that were upset at Samsung for removing the S Pen support from the Fold 7 and the Fold 8. I got word, I may have mentioned that, maybe I didn't. The Fold 8 is not going to support S Pens at all, or any stylist. I'm not sure they're going to go back. I mean, they might, but it's not going to be on the upcoming Fold 8. So if you miss that feature, you're going to love Motorola. I can tell you the operating system. And again, before I had the signature, it was years since I've owned a Motorola phone, 10, 11, 12 years. It's badass. It is badass. It's like Pixel, but way better. You know what the Motorola software is like in the signature and this Razr Fold? And it's like Pixel software and OnePlus software combined. It's sort of like that because it's nice and simple, but it's highly customizable. Man, is it snappy and fast. Another good thing about this Razr Fold from Motorola, guaranteed monthly updates. And 7 years of security features and software updates. So I think they're going to sell a lot of these. If you like foldables, you need to give this a try. And if you haven't used a Motorola in a long time like me, you need to give this a try. I think it's going to be fantastic. It should be the very best foldable we have in the United States. Cameras are going to beat, and the video is going to beat any other foldable sold here. That just with the S Pen support alone, and Motorola has a really cool stylist. It's like I don't even know what they call it. It's Motorola Stylist Ultra, something like that. But it's got tons of features, and I think it'll be available to purchase. It says down here, $18.99. Pre-orders are set to open on May 14th on Motorola's website and at Best Buy. Now, Best Buy should have hopefully some good trade-in deals. Cool thing about this, you'll be able to go into your local Best Buy and check this out. Here we go. Moto Pen Ultra. Holy crap. That's just around the corner. That's in 3 weeks. I've never owned a foldable. A foldable. I've always had the flips. Never had a foldable. Maybe I should just wait and get this. I don't know. But it says the Razr Fold officially measures 9.89 millimeters thick when closed, with an aspect ratio of 7.8 by 2. So that's actually a little thicker than the Motorola Signature. The Signature is a very, very thin phone. So it's a little thicker. Of course, they got to fit batteries in there and all that good stuff. But it looks like they're going to come in a black and a white color. Man, oh man. It says on the outside is a 6.6-inch POLED panel, Gorilla Glass Ceramic 3, and inner 2K LTPO display, 8.1 inches. HDR10 content. Motorola is relying on Android 16. Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage, 6,000 silicon carbon battery, 80 watts wired fast charging, 50 watts wireless. Well, I wish Motorola all the luck in the world. I hope this sells really well for Motorola. I think they have a product to be very happy and proud of. And for one, I think it's fantastic. So I'm really happy for them to get this thing launched. And I hope they sell a lot of these. I really do. It's a fantastic, at least if it looks like it's a carbon copy of the Signature. It just opens up into a book style foldable. So, and if that's the case, it's going to be one hell of a device. So I'm excited for them. Now, let's see here. OnePlus. Getting to OnePlus before we get out of here. So this is cool. And this is why. So those of y'all that currently have a OnePlus and are worried that since OnePlus is China and India. For those of y'all that are worried about current software, are they going to still update the devices? Is it going to be secure? You know, uncertainty. Well, I have these two stories and they kind of tie together. It's not only did OnePlus and Realme, who share the same parent company, OPPO. So OPPO is the parent company, and OnePlus and Realme are under the OPPO umbrella, so to speak. Well, they're going to merge OnePlus and Realme. And then look at this other story that came out. Good lock style personalization tools are in the works for OnePlus for OxygenOS and ColorOS. So you can see how they're making changes behind the scenes, because news like this hits the internet, and then you can kind of read through the fine print and see that, you know, it's all essentially tied together. So they're going to make an application, a customization app, sort of like GoodLock, that'll just be for OPPO branded phones. OnePlus, Realme, OPPO. I don't even know some of the other ones. But if you thought it was already pretty customizable, and no other Android brand or phone or operating system is more customizable than Samsung. Now, I haven't used OPPO, I haven't used Xiaomi, so maybe I'm wrong, but I'm saying for me personally, or at least here in the United States, OnePlus is right up there. And if they're going to make it even more customizable, whoa. Now, it sucks because we're not really going to be able to get our hands on them. However, if you purchase an OPPO in the near future, you can certainly expect customize away. It's going to be awesome. So there's a new rumor going around here that OPPO is in the process of beta testing its own version of Samsung's Good Lock customization tool, which could be integrated into future versions into OxygenOS and ColorOS. OxygenOS used by OnePlus, ColorOS is used by OPPO and Realme. I believe Realme uses ColorOS as well as OPPO. So this potential new feature aligns with the philosophy of Android forks like OxygenOS and ColorOS, which are often aimed to provide unique user experiences, right? We already knew that. While the rumor is currently light on concrete evidence, and further confirmation presents an exciting prospect. Yeah, no kidding. So let's go into the merger. So let's see this. So there are reports from Digital Chat Station, who's just like Ice Universe with Samsung. Digital Chat Station is like the Ice Universe of China. Everything he puts out is pretty rock solid. So he put out a statement on Weibo suggesting that OnePlus and Realme have officially merged their global and domestic operations into a new sub-product center, into a new hub. Appointed, what's his name? Li Ji, president of OnePlus in China, is going to lead this new product center. So this was reported, and it also involves the integration of their marketing and service departments into a new sub-business unit headed by Realme founder Li Bingxiong, indicating a significant restructuring for both brands. While executives have previously denied rumors of OnePlus shutting down, this consolidation with Realme and OPPO, a sub-brand, significant, a major operational change through formal confirmation of merger is still pending. So essentially, there's not much we know. Like, I don't know. It says there's going to be a new sub-brand, but is OnePlus still going to stick around? Is Realme still going to stick around? Or is OnePlus and Realme going to make one Realme? One me. Get it? I have no clue. Whatever it is, I'm sure they're doing the best thing for their company. That's what they're supposed to do. But it does sound like that execs from OnePlus and execs from Realme are going to be on the same team now. But remember, don't let this scare you if you have a OnePlus phone. OPPO put out a statement saying, we are fully going, and OnePlus did as well, they're fully going to support their current and future devices. So that means you're still going to get security updates. You're still going to get software updates. You can see they're putting out a new customization app for OnePlus. So OnePlus will stick around. OPPO developers are just going to be writing the code, issuing the updates to the phones. Now, this sub brand, whether it's a whole new name or OnePlus sticks around, I mean, it's all up for me to make a guess of what is going to happen. It would kind of be foolish because we have no idea. My only thing I'm not worried about, but wondering is the OnePlus name actually still going to stick around, or is OnePlus and Realme going to go away, the names, but the employees all merge into one company and then they name it something else, and that might happen. I know Realme, the name, the product, the branding is not big here in America. It's pretty big in the East. Realme is. They just never released anything for the US, but it's essentially the same thing over there, right? Is from what we're used to. But they're still going to be handling updates. They're still going to be handling warranties. I still see potential products that they're going to put out. I've heard the OnePlus 16 is still coming out. So, that's just what they have to do. If they can't survive, you got to make changes. So I just hope the OnePlus name will stick around. But again, they could name it, I don't know, OneMe, like I said, combine OnePlus and Realme. We will have to find out. We've seen some reviews on Amazon about Realme not getting 5G bands to properly work on T-Mobile. I have no clue, but what you're going to want to do is whatever phone you're interested in buying, you're going to have to do your homework. I've never owned a Realme phone, but it's easy to find out if it supports your bands or not. Whatever model you're looking to get or purchase, just Google Realme. Let's just say you're I don't even know the names of the phones because I've never looked into buying one, but let's just say you're interested in getting a Realme 2i. Go to Google, type in Realme 2i 5G bands. Boom, you'll get search results with, I'm sure, a number of online publications that list the 5G bands in there. And then you go Google T-Mobile 5G bands, band list, and you just simply match which ones match. If T-Mobile only supports 2, 12, 41, 71, and 77, chances are it's not going to support all of the bands. But if it's missing one or two, it's still probably all right. Another thing you're going to want to do is download network. What is it? And you can test yourself what phone you're using right now, what band you use the most. I think I'm usually always connected to band 12, and it's not the same for everybody. It depends on where you live. So if I'm connected to band 12 80% of the time, well, common sense would say the next phone I get needs to probably have band 12 for me to get decent service. You see what I'm saying? Let me look up the network application. So you're going to need to get, what the freak is this? Network cell info. Network cell info. I'm going to pull this up for you. Damn it, man. Such an idiot. Looks like this. There's a free version. Download that. When you open it up, it's going to look like this. Okay, so I'm on band 2. See, it shows you the band right there. It shows the band 2 right here, and then 2 in the middle right there. Open that app when you run errands. Check it every now and then. When you're at home, check it every now and then. And it might jump between a couple of different bands, but whatever bands you use the most, I would make sure that your next phone that you get has those bands. Um, I mean, that's common though. If you get even the Motorola Signature, I think it supports out of the 5 or something 5G bands. I think it supports 4 out of the 5. So that's common for it not to support 100%. But as long as it's just missing 1 or 2, you'll be fine. Now, if it only supports 1 or 2 of your bands, yeah, you're probably gonna have a hard time. you know. So what you're talking about which phone? If you're talking about a OnePlus phone, no, it will not be. OnePlus is only in China. OnePlus is only in India. Their new sub brand will not be available in the United States. It's only going to be in China. Realme, nope, not going to be available in the US. Now, if you're talking about the Motorola, the Razr Fold will. Signature, nope. And again, no OnePlus, no sub brand, no Realme in the United States at all. So, good day to you too. Yeah, every now and then it is. X2 Elite, thank you. All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure there's not that many ladies watching, but all right, guys. I do appreciate the time. That's all I really had for you today. Thank you very much for joining me. It's pouring down rain. I see we're about to get slammed by some thunderstorms. So I do appreciate it. Please have a safe, enjoyable afternoon. And I'll probably do giveaway tomorrow. I'll try to schedule it here early before. And if you're new to the channel, we do giveaway live streams at least once a week. So subscribe to the channel. Join us tomorrow for our giveaway live stream. And hope everybody has a safe rest of the day. See y'all tomorrow. Peace out. The Realme 16 Pro Plus has N41, N66, N77, and yet there are 2 versions on Amazon claiming that the phone only works with 4G bands. Let me see if I can help you out real quick. Realme 16 Pro Plus. Let's see. So yeah, there's 2 models here. So Amazon probably does have, I mean, I don't know. I'll have to look on Amazon. But there are 2 models. There's an international model and there's an India model. Sort of like what the Motorola Signature has. Now the India model was the model to buy for the Signature, but that's a completely different phone. May not be same thing here because, so let's see. So it appears the international model obviously has more bands. So has N41, N66, 77, right? Yeah, that does not look good for T-Mobile. Who do you have for a service provider? You said T-Mobile? Yeah, I don't think that would be a good option for T-Mobile. Let's see here. Because T-Mobile, damn, I had a graphic here. Hang on, I'm pulling up something, a graphic of some T-Mobile 5G bands here. Let me show you this. Let me remove. Damn it. Remove that. So here we go. Image. Download folder. So look at this. So here's the. And then look at this. So it looks like it only supports band 41 from T-Mobile. So yeah, it would not. I mean, could it get 5G? Sure, but you're going to be severely limiting yourself when it comes to 5G. But if you're okay with that, you know, it is what it is. Let me jump on Amazon real quick to see which two models they're selling. What the hell is it called? Realme 16 Pro Plus. Now 4G it might work, but what are the 4G bands? Let me pull this graphic back up. So see the T-Mobile bands 2, 4, 12, 66, and 71. 2, 4, 6. It has 2, it has 4. 12, 66, 71. It has 12, it has 66, but it does not have 71. So it has 3 out of the 5 4G bands. But remember this. I want you to be aware, if you're in the United States, they're phasing out 4G. Like 4G is not going to work much longer. So if you plan on getting this phone, and because I know a lot of people, well, not a lot, but I know some people that are like, well, I just use 4G. And actually, I tested that one time. I had to bump mine down. I can't remember what I was doing. I had to bump it down to 4G, and I actually got decent speeds. But that's because everybody else around me was on 5G. However, T-Mobile's already started the phase out of 4G. So if you're getting this phone, and you're planning on using it for more than 6 months, more than a year, it's not going to work on 4G at all here pretty soon. Because look, I'm Googling T-Mobile phasing out 4G network. It says, yes, T-Mobile is beginning a gradual phase out of 4G of its 4G network with significant refarming of spectrum. So they're regenerating it into 5G spectrum starting early 2026. So it's already started. The phase out has already begun. So it says T-Mobile will stop approving new activations for devices that are 4G only. Bands 2, 4, 66, 12, and 71. Again, 3 out of those 5 that we matched with you or with yours will be repurposed into 5G. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind moving forward. But everything's, you can research everything, but just it should work. If you really, really want that phone, one 5G band. I personally wouldn't use it because I think it would be a real spotty service on T-Mobile, honestly. And then knowing that, you say, oh, well, I always got 4G. That's true, but for 3 months, for 6 months, I don't know. Just be aware of that before you buy it. Good thing you are getting it from Amazon because it should be, a 30-day return policy. So just be aware of that. Appreciate the time, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.